sweet, na na. Na na. Okay. Ba-ba-da! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Asagai here. Hope you guys are doing well. This is day 10. I did skip a day, mainly because I did have some matches queued up, but everyone forfeited that day. It was just like I couldn't be bothered streaming. Oof. Sorry, just doing a couple of things. Ugh. So where was I? Tonight, we have in the Group A, we have DQS versus YE, followed by XLTZ versus CTE, but unfortunately XLTZ has given up. In the in Group B, we have GPPC versus TKT, followed by TKH versus XLZT. Unfortunately, XLZT has given up. From Group C, we have RN versus KBB, but RN has given up. And following that, we have T versus GNG. From the Group D, we have DFS versus OF, followed by MGK versus VNI. So right now we are going to be watching the GPPC versus TKT, and following that we'll be watching either the T versus GNG or MGK versus VNI. It's depending on depending on which one I can get into. I'll try to get into the MGK versus the VNI match. Hopefully we can get in. But other than that, we're just going to be waiting on the first battle of the day to start. So hopefully that goes well. Alrighty, first match of the day. Let's hope these teams do well. I think this is going to be the first match I've seen from GPPC. I have seen TKT, or was that TKH? I'm going to double check what their names were, but let's quickly check what their lineup is going to be. A little bit of shifting changes here, but classes are quite mixed up. Although we got 4 pikes coming up from TKT. Very, very common to see. Lots of poleaxes though. GPPC going out with 5 poleaxes. That's a lot. That's a lot of poleaxes. I wanna definitely going to be very good at catching those sneaky members running about. Culverins, full-on Culverins for the defense. Looks like it's going to destroy the siege towers. We've got 1, 2, 3 Metallators ready for the defenders. Oh, wow. Does look like Odin Berserker is going to be used for the first time I see. Fenris pack also being picked up. Again, these guys have been buffed, so not surprised seeing them. 2 Bastion Wild Flames for the attackers. That is an interesting pickup. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Cataphrax and 2 Tundra Humans out for the attackers. Going to be very good at blitzing through the enemy defenses. Going to have to be very careful about taking a ground battle against these guys. But it does mean that if they can lock out the wall, A is basically guaranteed. Not as many resources, especially during the second push, and this is pretty important as well because if it comes down to 2 solid pushes, TKT is going to have an extreme disadvantage if they commit to the wall, because the first push will be probably the strongest push they could probably muster. The second push is going to be probably definitely be weaker, not going to have the kinds of resources that they had during the first push. But it also depends on whether or not they do fully commit for the first push. Alrighty, we are up in the air. Taking a look at the ground, we got all of the siege weapons already being pushed very quickly. Trebs the ballista instantly. Very interesting that the ballista was chosen over all the other targets. Not a terrible choice to use the Treb straight away. I would, however, allow the serfs to tank some of the damage, if not just a little. No one here on the right-hand side shooting the naturals, but we got some new mortars being spawned with some Demez pikemen. Very fascinating enough. Oof. Nice hit on the medals. Going to try to go for this Metallators. Metallators again shooting from the supply point. Not very good. I don't think that's a terribly good spot, but maybe that's also due to the control. We got from GPPC just accidentally fallen down. There is a climb of Demez pikemen, which are just getting rinsed out by some Fenris by a Fenris pack. Patrolling the wall very closely. We got plenty of mortars being used. This is a good strategy. Already one of the Metallators have basically been disappeared. And look at this! Look at the shots coming in, directly suppressing this siege tower. I say siege tower, directly suppressing this supply point. My goodness. This is what I'm talking about when they need to suppress those Metallators. They didn't need to jump down inside, but definitely some really good hits from these mortars. I'm surprised these the muskets from not from TKT, from the defenders, GPPC. What are you doing? Do you have any muskets? Do you have one musket, two muskets? Yeah, not taking out these mortars. You're not doing your job. Hitting an easy culverin. You gotta place your culverins in a better spot. You can't let them be out in the open. Wow, the Fenris packs are definitely doing a scary job as they just wrecked another set of peasants sent to the gulag. Well, basically just cannon foddering it up here. This front gate is protected by a double stack of medals. Gonna be interesting to see if they go for a front gate push. But the Metallators, I think two of the Metallators have been killed. Wow, 4 remaining on this one. Very good job. Just one actual Metallator surviving. But they'll use them nonetheless. Siege towers will be suppressed, continue to be suppressed by a lot of culverins. How many culverins have they placed down now? Wow, they've placed down 12 culverins. Gonna be a not gonna have very many remaining. TKT still sends in a dual blade to finish off 2 dual blades. Sneaky, sneaky. Finishes off the Metallators. Unfortunately, we got a poleaxe here. He does spot one of the dual blades, the one that rocked up. Just 2 dual blades could definitely come in here and finish off this poleaxe if they really wanted to. He's already on the ground, which is very interesting. But here comes some more members coming up. Try to use the shield maidens to kill him, but they are unsuccessful. Doing very good. Whoa. And down he goes. First kill. First death, I think. Maybe. 2 people died, actually. Someone else died. Maybe both the dual blades died. No, one of the dual blades is still alive. I wonder who died here. Where'd he go? Well, he respawned anyway. Siege towers have been continuously destroyed. I'm not sure which generation they are up to right now. And yes, Alamus, lots of poleaxes. I didn't see your comment until now. Sorry that I wasn't watching. 6 minutes to go. Not going to be very much time once those siege towers do make it to the wall. Not very much suppression, so this is looking very good. 4 minutes, I believe, by the time they have They're going to have about 4 minutes by the time the siege towers make it to the wall. Not a lot of time, but it's a good enough time to make a solid push, then a rushed second push. Jewel Blade still on the prowl, protected by Medals. Gonna see if I think you can actually get in here. I think that would be a good position to go. Otherwise, hitting them in the back is always just good. Bleed damage as well. You should throw some bow shurikens in there. It will cause bleed damage to all of them. Nonetheless, you won't kill it immediately, but you can definitely wound it a lot. But sitting directly on the supply point, that's actually untouchable by the attackers right now. Doesn't bode well. Maybe I'm overestimating how much time it takes for the siege tower to get there, because it looks like it's going to get there in less than 20 seconds. So it takes about a minute for these siege towers to get to the wall. Scouting from the front here, it looked like something happened at the front gate. Did miss it in the meantime. The middle siege tower did make it to the wall. Left-hand siege tower about to make it to the wall. Right-hand siege tower about to make it to the wall. They have 5 minutes. If they time this push well, they can get 2 solid pushes. So we are going to see what's going to happen. Woo! Sorry, Cricket. I have slapped that. And why are you wet? My goodness. Straight on the point. We've got some nice... Whoa, Fenris Pack almost rinsing out those heroes. Does take down an Iron Reaper with ease, in fact. I think that Iron Reaper was not in position properly, but those Fenris Pack are definitely not to be underestimated. But this push towards the A point was very easy, very easy. It does look like GPPC just gave it up, more or less. No real fight. Now here comes a very interesting, I say interesting, very classic. Lots of ballistas going to be deployed. Going to be an absolute hell for GPPC to be on the ground right now. Really want to get hidden behind a lot of those buildings. Using all of that artillery. Does look like they have 8 artillery still left after deploying what seems to be 5 ballistas here on the left-hand side. I believe some ballistas going to be built on... Ooh, a culverin. That's interesting.
Nothing my axe can't
Culverin and a ballista. 7 artillery already deployed on the ground here. Whoa, right-hand side is gotten. Does look like GPPC does fall back into a classic position. Not actually good, mainly because they are getting sniped out by ballista shots, and they have given up on the right-hand side. So I'll be honest with you folks, this does not bode well. Really, really dangerous position here with the enemy able to get down on the ground and being suppressed by the ballistas. That means you're not in a position that you'd want to be, but even if you were, you'd be losing free units. Whoa! Ballista headshots one of the heroes from GPPC. GPPC not doing too well at all. I think they're going to be very suppressed here. They don't really want to face. They really don't want to face the kind of incoming fire from the ballistas. But now we're coming up through the front section, not coming out from all the right hand side. So this is going to be a little bit awkward. Ranged units are too far back in order to shoot. So the TKT's close range units going to have massive advantage. Shield Maidens and something else looked like to rock forward. 2 members from GPPC has died. One by one they go in. TKT is doing wonders, slaughtering this pile here. Not very strong, not very solid to say. I think the units were either scattered or got scattered. Now the Tundra humans, whoa, TKTs actually had Cataphract come in through, absolutely decimating whatever remained. Whoa, this is quite scary as TKT just basically killed off the entire defending force, and they're going to continue on forward. Cataphracts are out on the field, and I'm not sure how effective it was since I was watching the front line, but it does look like the back line was also messed up all hells. We got some shield making it towards the point, but I think nice cataphract charge, but unfortunately it does get semi-stopped. Getting shot here by something. Cataphract charge was pulled off, mainly because I think the... Whoa! Winged Hussar's being deployed! That could have been scary. Turning the corner, if those cataphracts kept going through, getting charged by a Winged Hussar, they would have lost heavily. But it does look like the defenders still have cavalry up their sleeve. Outnumbered in terms of cavalry from the attackers. The attackers still having quite a few cavalry. I don't think they lost too many cavalry in that engagement, but it does look like did lose a Tundra Human and a Cataphract. Switching over to the right-hand side, capturing the... Whoa, what the heck? That's a first. Now we're kicking off a massive battle here. Looks like Tundra Humans just lost a Tundra... looks like the attacker lost a Tundra Humans there. I need to grab some water after this. But here comes some Cataphracts. Halberdiers holding the line. But the number of cavalry coming through does decimate the line, but we also have Iron Reapers to form up behind them. The front line has already been completely collapsed. Many members of GPPC are getting murdered here. A good setup, a good trade with those halberdiers, but it does look like the loss of heroes is the main factor in this engagement. TKT not being too reckless with their heroes, but GPPC, although it did look like they have some troops on the front line, it does look like their heroes and troops are just getting decimated by the teamwork coming out from TKT. Going in such a fashion that the pressure is only ever mounting and never receding. The intensity of the attack from TKT is scary. I don't know what's happening here. They can't get the point for some reason. Or it's bugged on my side. Should be getting the point. This is very strange. I'm gonna have to say that this is very bugged match. The referee I think the referee has got to call it for TKT. I don't think a rematch. Wow, this is very funny. This is very funny that it's super bugged here. They're actually trying to get the point, but it just like can't take the point. That's funny. This is funny. GPPC has no chance to get out of the point, out of the supply. Your best hope now is for the defenders to quit. If all of the defenders quit, then maybe you'll be able to get it. Maybe it has something to do with this. I have no idea. Because this supply point is bugged out as well. It's gonna be very strange. This is gonna be very strange. I don't know what the referee's gonna say, but I think he does gonna have to call it for TKT here. That would be helpful if GPPC all leaves right now. That would be great. I think it's an automatic win if all of the members from GPPC leave. It does look like one guy's just gonna stay. And it's not like TKT was being bad sports. They were actually trying to win. But for some reason they're bugging the game, just not letting them win. This is a massive bug. This is hilarious. I wonder what caused it. I wonder what caused it. Hidden unit underneath the thing? No? Question mark? I mean, if that GPPC member stays in there, he technically wins. And there he does. He does leave. Alrighty, not much I can say there. TKT absolutely decimating the defenders here. The defenders did not really stand much of a chance in that engagement. A very, very, very impressive display from TKT. Much pressure from those mortars, taking out those Battalitors. Still having a lot of time when those siege towers did make it up onto the wall. GPPC, not sure what I can compliment you on. Not The setup does look to be fairly standard. I've seen a lot of people protecting the Metallators on the ground with the Medals, but frankly, to say the very least, you're not very prepared for a middle section push, and giving up the right-hand side for free was pretty devastating. But getting shot by ballistas is never fun. Giving up the wall as well. Lots of territory just given up for free. You got enough time, and you didn't push. I mean, if you went for a round on top of the wall, I think you could have avoided the ballistas and fought a decisive battle on the ground. So that was very strange to say the least. I think TKT should win that battle, but we're going to have to wait for what the referee says. That was very strange. I'll be back in 2 clicks of a second. Oh, that would be hilarious. Permanent jewel blade, just invisible on the point. But the thing about that is that jewel blades being invisible on the points cannot stop or capture point. I mean, cannot interrupt nor capture the point. So that's that's uh that's a thing. T forfeited. Wow, a lot of people forfeiting today. T forfeited in the second match, so only one battle is going to be displayed. Oh, no, that's not good. If only one battle is being displayed, that means... Oh wait, no, 3 battles, so I can get into MGK versus... Oh wait, no, only 2 battles. That means there's only 1 battle afterwards, so I might not even get into the second match there. Blah! Trying to capture the point, just like... Second match is not being started up yet, which is strange. Very funny bug. Yeah, waiting on the TKT room. I mean, it goes to show that TKT really is a cut above the rest. Well, I mean, I think TKT ranks in the top of their group at the very least. Does look like, does look like you can really tell already who is the top of the groups. I think there are only 2 real contenders, 2 or 3 real contenders. I think the fourth team normally turns out to be some kind of leftover, not really up to par with the other 3. And there we go. Next battle. Um, next battle is starting. Let's get in here before. Right. That was the strangest bug. That was the strangest bug. I mean, like, that was really funny because the bug just didn't let them capture the base point. I think people have experienced that before. I've never seen that. I've never actually seen that bug happen before. Oh, what the hell? Not. Yep. That's not an official match. Where's the OB? That wasn't an official match. Referee, where are you? We still have plenty of time. I do think GPPC is gonna have to really put up their A game if they want to take a point off of TKT. The usage of cavalry does look a little bit sketchy, but I did see a winged hussar, so they were ready for something. I think I'm not sure what booming tech is doing right now, but it looks like they might be trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. Bugged out or something. People need to stop. I think T's gonna give up here. Actually, might need to back up. Let's go with that. Back up. Alrighty. Second match is being set up. Does look like they are short on observers today. But then again, I mean, a lot of the people from a lot of the groups are forfeiting. So as we get further into the scoring phase, it does look like a lot more teams are given up. It's pretty solid, if I'm gonna have to say, about in terms of points. If I can just bring up me good old zombie zombie J. What are we looking at in terms of scores? The other team would have thought they were just spawn camping to be dicks too at first. Yeah, no, I was pretty I would be pretty sure as well that the GPPC would be doing the same as well. But I mean, like, it does look like, although the observers cannot see the text, we do get a log of it. It's really funny. TKT is just like, it's bugged. We can't do anything. We're We're trying to win, honest. We're not being dicks. We're not being assholes to spawn camp you. We're literally trying to win. And it's just hilarious. Oh, man. Hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I am watching TKT. Although, I mean, I'm gonna have to say, it's not terribly interesting when you're watching one team absolutely decimate another team. But you get to have a look at what TKT's strategy is in order to ensure their victory. Very good performance from their teamwork. I think GPPC just doesn't have a real plan to contend with what TKT is offering, and that's just how it is sometimes. Just you have two teams vastly different experience, and when it comes down to strategy, sometimes when you got like two equally skilled teams, experience and strategy is way more like important. And I'm pretty sure TKT's been in several tournaments. It does look like one of TKT's members have DC'd or have not loaded in yet, which is very unfortunate. Being on the defender's side, being one down actually still allows you to actually hold the defense. So Fenris Pack being chosen, probably flavor of the month kind of thing. Still going out with some poleaxes, 4 poleaxes this time. The glaive is an interesting pick. Again, buffing that attack, you can make a very fearsome 6-second barrage of Iron Reapers. TKT, of course. TKT won the first game very easily, if I do might add. Triple shields after one of the GPPC members. A fascinating approach. We got some shield maidens being deployed. We got only 2 Cataphract, 1 Keshig, 2 Tundra humans. Only 2 Metallators. TKT's gonna suppress the siege towers just enough by the looks of it. We got 2 Metallators also out for the attackers. I think the defenders having less ranged units in this case means that they might try and take the wall with brute force. Heavy infantry, full heavy infantry normally means that a wall horde, a wall horde is much more preferable. There is something absolutely fascinating about having heavy infantry defend a wall, especially since most of the Iron Reapers will heal themselves over time. About 25, yeah, about 2,500, or was it not 2,500? It was like 15. It's like 250 health for 15 seconds every 60 seconds. So downtime of 45 seconds gives a good heal, in fact. But does not mean that they'll be healed to full strength. Rapid succession battles will definitely harm them a lot. Whoa, did 2 of the Metallators already die? One of the Metallators did? Strangely enough, I thought one of the Metallators died. Oh, they're trying. I think they don't reach. Oh, is that a lie? They actually do reach. TKT actually slaughtered someone. Not even sure how that turned out. Does look like someone on the wall trying to get onto the wall. Drops down. Using the classic tower trick. Very, very one hit. Does take out that cannon, finally. Gonna send one barrage down to destroy it, or shoot it with a cannon. Sometimes you got cannons on the backside here, but does look like they went for cannons on the far backside. 2 cannons on this side. No cannons on this side, unless they put it in a different spot. There we are. That is an interesting position. Wow. You'd have to make sure you clear this, and yeah, no, that looks way doable. That looks way doable. Setting up some fresh meat for some Fenris back. Where have I seen this from before? Ooh, did they change the attack animation for Fenris back? Did they? They're a little bit faster. Oh no, that's the similar. Some mortars being shot towards the Fenris pack, but surprisingly doing an amazing job at dodging those fireballs. GPPC checking that culverin. Yeah, culverin's on the back side of this stairs never works out. Not sure why you would put it there. One spot is fine, would be here. Not a terrible spot. Interesting spot here. I think the Metallators cannot shoot far enough. It is close though. Very close to reaching. And I don't think they placed it correctly actually. Yeah, getting building here. Doing a good job. TKT is destroying those mortars. Siege towers go down again. Does feel like this is probably up to the 3rd generation. 2 sets of siege towers have been destroyed. Front gate is open. We have a nasty culverin. Whoa! Almost jumped right over it. A firefight is happening, and GPPC does take the kill. Trying to hit that ballista in the back. I would aim high. Does finally take it out. A little bit of a firefight with siege weapons does break up the monotony of stalemates like this, instead of having the attackers being forced to make a move. But doesn't look like TKT's got very many artilleries left, so they're gonna have to rely on those Metallators a little bit more. 6 minutes to go. Same position as TKT, but the Metallators are still active with 2 culverins left to go. I think they could barely send another one down, giving GPPC basically no time to attack. Gonna be a bit desperate for time, for sure. TKT also bringing out some Odin Berserkers. That is an interesting pick. Being picked up, being buffed just recently. Same with the Fenris pack. Fenris pack being one of the few units that have armor shreds. So, I believe there's only a very few units that have armor shreds. That would include the Axe Raiders and one more. That would be the Outriders. So those 3 units are has the armor shred. A little bit different for each of them, but the new armor shred on the Fenris pack makes them extraordinarily dangerous to high armor, high health kind of well, sorry, tanks in general, but it's a DPS type of unit, so it should be very afraid. Everything should be very afraid of being eaten alive by a Fenris. I think the only thing that really stands up against Fenris packs right now are shield type units, which is good for TKT, which is bad since TKT does not bring a single shield unit. But lots of shield units from GPPC. I do think they'll be able to absorb a lot of damage, but it's still interesting to note that shield units get really countered by the meta. Not so much by Royal Janissaries. Iron Reapers, if they go flail mode, gets counters shields, completely ignores it. Medals counters shields to a certain extent. Again, a bit of an overstatement to say that they completely decimate shields, but a lethal march into a Medal order does send a shield unit basically into near ineffectiveness. But if you got the shield unit, definitely still soaks up a lot of damage if the Medal is not being controlled. Getting right up in their grill, Medals really cannot afford to have other units close in on them. And when they do get closed in and their attacks are being absorbed, since their regular attacks in brace mode will be absorbed by the shields. So I think this is the point where the siege towers are almost guaranteed to make it up onto the wall. This is where resource management would be extraordinarily crucial. Having no culverins left for TKT will have to take it to the TKT will have to let these siege towers up. But if they can send this siege tower and the left-hand siege tower down, the middle siege tower is a death sentence. I'm going to say this right now. GPPC is running out of time. The moment this hits the wall, they need to go up, up, up. They need to preemptively treb this piece. They need to treb this section, get up on the wall, get everyone up, cut off the 2 avenues of counterattack, and just sit there. Sit there, wait for a reaction, treb the crap out of this section if they do come up, and then push on towards the A point. But it's going to be a bit slow, as a little bit of a switch out does happen. GPPC not really ready for an assault, but TKT is gaining more units as we speak here on the middle siege tower. 2 minutes 30 seconds to go. This is going to be a fight for the finish. GPPC's last hope of bringing it down to a field battle. I don't think GPPC got what it takes right now, as rushing is the answer. Completely outnumbered by sheer numbers right now. You have half your team. I take that back. You have nearly your entire team standing here. You either start the engagement now or you start it later. Really need to cut off the major section. Put a shield wall here. Put a medal here. Get everyone to rush one side towards... get everyone to rush towards one side. You need to move it. You need to start the fight. Whoa! Massive Metallators firing in on towards the siege tower. That is devastating, but closed in on both sides. Not enough people holding on either side to win the battle. Iron Reaper's medals getting absolutely... Sorry, the medals from the attackers getting absolutely decimated by lots of Iron Reapers. That was a fast battle. Very surprising that the Iron Reapers from the attackers getting absolutely bodied like that. Does look like they had some Palace Guard to soak up a lot of the damage there. Nice sally out by some Keshiks, cleaning up a couple of units. They will respawn fast, 1 minute to go, but with TKT completely suppressing the attackers in this case, GPPC definitely not going to be able to muster an attack. I don't think anyone can make it towards the point in less than 20 seconds right now. But spawn camping the attackers is not too bad, since this puts them in a very, very exposed spot with less than 35 seconds to go. TKT could have had someone rush towards the A point, but chooses not to. Again, losing out so many units, taking the A point and trying to finish the battle with the massive unit losses would be quite silly. Shield Maiden's getting absolutely bodied by a cavalry charge just now. You hate to see it, but nice catch by the Royal Janissaries. I didn't think the Royal Janissaries would be able to stop a cavalry charge like that. I gotta really use Swipe, apparently. Swipe doing the knockback now on the first hit was able to stop that cavalry charge. Again, what you really saw there was a complete suppression of the siege towers. GPPC probably not the best at suppressing those Metallators. Very good from TKT. Some of the Culverin positions were a little bit skeptical, but the ones in the back definitely untouched, and the ones that were hidden definitely 100%. GPPC just not able to spot those out, and definitely was not able to suppress those Metallators. So coming down to a very, very, very uninteresting battle. But coming up from the main siege tower, again, the squish happened. Rushing too much. You're rushing too much and you're not rushing enough. there is such a thing as how you rush. So depending on how your unit composition works out, you know you're going to end up with Iron Reapers. So the best strategy to deal with Iron Reapers is to allow them to is to split them up. What you want to do is draw them out by having an extended line. You don't want to keep throwing units at an Iron Reaper because they will eat through it like crazy. They have the toughest armor and they definitely have the scariest auto attack in the game. So you're gonna have to make the Iron Reapers eat something that is equally deadly. A lethal march by a Medal is crazy strong. So what you want to do is before impact of the Iron Reapers, you kind of want them to you kind of want other units to envelop them and crush them instantly. So a good lethal march, a dense pile lethal march straight into a Iron Reaper ball could lead to an instant victory. At the same time, you could lose your entire unit. It's a bit of a gamble, but I think a lethal march from the Medals are very good at countering Iron Reapers. Also, the Medal order very good for instant damage. But you know what is even better is a shield unit. The Shield Maidens leading the charge on the right-hand side is a mistake because in a direct charge off against Iron Reapers and Shield Maidens, you're going to lose those Shield Maidens. Your best bet is to go in a defensive posture, and especially since Sword Reapers are much weaker against breaking block, not as good at dealing with shields as Flail Reapers are, but do not underestimate the days that the sword has. Very, very scary indeed. The Shield Maidens really should have been used more as a defensive and delaying tactic, and also used as a compounding counterattack. You really wanted those Shield Maidens up on the left hand side, stacked like crazy. Have a Medal just after it, and then when they get charged, the Shield Maidens will break apart, counterattack with the lethal march from Medal, followed by a switch to the sword, charging, and followed by the shield bash of the Shield Maidens should be able to deal with most, unless you're basically just getting overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Overall, again, the push definitely could have been done better, but TKT was ready. Only one siege tower was up, so no recourse for the attackers. You had to go through one avenue. Very, very unfortunate for them. And again, TKT wins both the attack and the defense, so they did win this match. That is enough from me for now. Doing very well in terms of score. Nothing really to say about nothing really to say about how the scores turned out. TKT definitely doing a much better job at murdering both the units and the heroes. GPPC just doesn't look like they were able to stand up against the strong team that TKT really does have to offer. But I do love that they did not give up in the end. So, this is going to be a little bit scary. Going to see if I can get into this match. Not 100% sure, but since there is only one battle scheduled, if I do get kicked, that's unfortunate for me. So, let us try. Hopefully I do not, hopefully I can get one of the spots. But I'm pretty sure on the official notice, we should only have the battle in about 14 minutes. I will immediately go back to live if it does start early. But I'll catch you guys in about 14 minutes as I get a little bit more water. It does seem a little bit dry today, mainly because it's been a while since I've been speaking, since I didn't get to watch a battle on Friday. So, be right back. Oh my god! No! Damn it. I was... man. Anyway, that is hilarious. I was muted the entire time. I was just talking to myself the entire time. Damn it! Oh, man. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Last time I saw Mugoon Kingdom, they did rank very high in the tournament, getting all the way into the top 8, I believe. If top 8, I believe. Yeah, they got kicked. They got taken out by ACL. Very unfortunate. Lots of tier 4s. So both teams have quite a few tier 4s. I think VNI is going out with about 6 players that have tier 4s, and we've got 4 players going out with tier 4s from Mugoon Kingdom. Mugoon Kingdom going in with tons of muskets. Why didn't I see this before? There are 5 pole axes, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 muskets coming out from Mugoon Kingdom. Mugoon Kingdom also going out with a longbow. Very nice to see. Very, very nice. Oh, well, I mean, like, I hate longbows, but I mean, like, I like to watch them play. Mainly because, like, I just want other people to suffer my pain. And, like, longbows should... I have an active hatred for, like, longbows should never be viable. No matter what you say. Like, longbows are ridiculous, and if they ever able to shoot continuously like they did before, I don't think anyone would have a piece of would like defending longbow here on the wall. Pain in the ass because they're just gonna shoot out all of your damn serfs. I mean, I'm pretty sure that with all the siege towers continuously going down, you would just reach a state where all of your guys just run out of serfs, and you'd actually need to push it with real units. But at the same time, I'm just like, why don't you push it with real units? As long as there's no ballistas, and these cannons don't exactly do enough damage to kill actual units. They're good enough to kill serfs. About 5,000 damage. About 5,000 damage is really necessary. Cannon does about 6,000 damage. A direct hit should do about 6,000 damage. So about 4,000 of it is from the actual hit, and then about 2,000 from the explosion. So it'll kill basically all serf units. I think yeah, it'll kill all serf units. I don't think any of the tier 1s have the health to survive a 6,000 hit, especially a direct hit. So we do get the first set of siege towers does get blown to pieces. Not sure how many Metallators are out on the field. There we go. Number 6. 1, 2 Metallators out on the field. Nothing special out from Vietnam Immortals. Vietnam Immortals look to just been doing some of the safe tricks, throwing up some serfs, shooting them with the Mettallator. Actually, not seeing too much of this getting suppressed with the Mettallator. The Iron Reapers haven't seriously gotten any losses, but man, you'd hate to see it to lose even just one Iron Reaper. I did see an Iron Reaper dead body there. And just a quick count, we are 2 short actually on that Iron Reaper. That is savage. That is savage. Losing 2 Iron Reapers to basically nothing.
Nothing my axe can't handle.
You know, with the ballista shot coming out like that, sometimes I just wonder, where were you aiming? Right-hand siege tower went down, so the middle and the left-hand siege tower should be going down very shortly. It does look like they are super, super low health. Oh, takes out that mortar. Good hit. Unfortunately, this cannon's still here. That is valuable. Very, very valuable to have natural spawns still be alive shooting, in fact. You gotta practice on your shot, but there's only so much you can do. Cannon's not exactly the most accurate siege weapon. You're nothing like a culverin nor ballista. to get pinpoint accuracy.
Nothing my axe can't handle.
But you don't exactly want those things to stay around. Iron Reapers clear up a bunch of serfs yet again. I think some more Iron Reapers did die. Whoa! Nice ballista shot. How many Iron Reapers left for this one? Wow, only 10. You lost 6 Iron Reapers on that one. Could be from compound from last time. So you lost an additional 4. That's pretty brutal. All they lost was a bunch of serfs. Probably 4 units of serfs. That's about 120 leadership compared to what? 2 off of 50%. That'd be what? 37? 37.5%. 37.5% of an Iron Reaper. That is brutal, but it's around about 90 to 100 leadership. Quick math, bad math. Lots of culverins still out. Nearly all of the siege weapons from the defenders have been deployed. Classically, always a slow start. 6 minutes right now. Gonna have to make a decisive move because siege towers look like to be going down again. Does mean you're gonna have basically no time to take out, to push for this A point. If you're lucky, you might be able to get some. Iron Reapers back at it again, getting shot by metallic tors. Not that I've seen any of them actually get hit yet, very surprisingly. Ooh, this is getting very close. Middle siege tower might actually make it. Front gate hasn't been destroyed yet, surprisingly enough. But we do have a medal stationed here anyway, so they won't be able to get through without someone noticing. It is literally one hit, but it does make it on the wall! Holy cow. Actually, no health. I don't see a pixel on this thing. That is devastating. That is devastating. Absolutely no pixel. Good thing you can't destroy siege towers that already made it to the wall. How annoying that would be. Nonetheless, I still think that going up that middle siege tower is a death sentence. You're gonna have to push. You're gonna have to push very, very strategically. Like, you know, you're gonna come up to a medal. Depends whether or not Vietnam Immortals decides to go down. You can easily deal with this medal. You could, again, send something to soak up the damage and follow through with a heavy, with something with damage dealer. You can also just have the Royal Janissaries do both. They're very good at both tanking and dealing damage. Realistically, Royal Janissaries also possess very, very high damage resistance, similar to the Iron Reapers, but less to do with about the armor and more to do with some of the bullshit damage resistance they've got. Whoa! Instead, they've gone with the other approach. It's very good, actually. This is, I like to see absolute hell rain down. I'd also bring the Metallators up into a better position. Putting them here and shooting across here would be very good. Iron Reapers charge out. Whoa, but they turn around to the medals and instead face the Claymores. Claymores gonna win for a brief time. Volsac's being thrown in. The entire pile is being burnt. Volsac's actually gonna win here. This is, whoa. The Nafan Guards in for Vietnam Immortals probably almost got taken out there. Climbing. Berserkers were not able to handle it. Flamers are still alive though, surprisingly enough. Russian Wild Flames, most of it does get taken out, but I don't think any of those climbing units were able to make a difference. The medals are stationed here and unfortunately unable to stand their ground, getting pushed out. A savage beating. Although it would have been desperate measure, again, just having this middle siege tower, you don't really have very many options. You don't, and the enemy is fully confident in this push here. A slow and steady win with the medals. The second set should be coming through. A switch over. Got some Royal Janissaries and some Iron Reapers flooding on through. Berserker's trying to take the front line. Does chop through 1-on-1, but doesn't look like in a dense battle like this they can handle very well. Oh no, the brutal daze chain by the Iron Reapers absolutely savagely blocked that. Whoa. Another climb by Iron Reapers. Royal Janissaries comes in for a nice cleanup. Big push now with shields in front. Imperial Pike March comes off. Royal Janissaries trying to take the lead, but unfortunately they get pushed down, blocking very heavily. But the tidal wave of units do not relent. We got a massive Iron Reaper pile, and the Royal Janissaries just being forced in. Where's the hero? I don't see a hero on the front line for these Royal Janissaries, but they're going in like crazy here. Very good control of the Royal Janissaries, doing massive work. But the Iron Reaper death pile just doing the true damage here. Iron Reapers winning the day, just cleaving right through the center line. We got lots of claymores out right now. They get CC'd quite a bit. Why? Masalubu just gets one-shotted off of his horse and into oblivion. Mugoon Kingdom holding super strong with all of these Royal Janissaries as they pile on through for the siege tower. Hey, I didn't even see that the Battke were out on the field. No charges coming out for prefectures. Vietnam Immortals, unfortunately, you won't be able to take this attack, but you took on one more shot. Send it to a field battle. I believe in you. Keshik's coming out. Surprisingly, didn't actually kill anyone. Surprisingly. I think, oh wait, no, maybe they killed one Halberdier sergeant. Hey, Flamers! Where you been all my life? Well, apparently dead. Let's go, Berserkers!
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Well, congratulations, Mugoon Kingdom. Doing very well, in fact. Holding the desperately, not desperately, holding off the siege towers for a long time. Again, these battles, siege battles, especially can come down to holding off the siege towers. You really got to think of a strategy to get another avenue in. That's where some of the other maps might be a little bit more balanced. Hidden City has not been played realistically enough in order for people to formulate plans in order to deal with getting suppressed on the siege towers. But I don't think you've got very many avenues either. Hidden City doesn't have a broken wall, and Hidden City's got a lot of... It's a big wall. Yeah, it's a big wall indeed. Got a lot of climbing points, but the climb can be extraordinarily dangerous, and the commitment from the people will definitely be key. Doing super well, 1300 score for Mugoon Kingdom, also with a 900. But not doing too badly as well from VNI. Again, not terrible losses, considering that they did pick up quite a bit themselves. Only one real person doing massive work. Oh wait, two people doing massive work. So, didn't give up in the end. The two battles, even though it was losses, VNI put up a great battle. Lots of muskets, by the way, from Mugoon Kingdom, so they definitely slowed them down. Pain, lots of pain, I would say. Woo-wee! Second battle of Mugoon Kingdom versus Vietnam Immortals. About incoming. But by the looks of it, by the looks of this, Mugoon Kingdom does seem to have a stronger cohesion. VNI might not have a might not be able to push them out for this defense. It's going to be a bit difficult, if I say so. You gotta really think hard when you're gonna fight Mugoon Kingdom. Because Mugoon Kingdom ain't afraid of taking straight up battles. Doing very well at defeating a lot of folks. Head to head, I don't think Vietnam Immortals really showing what they got against Mugoon Kingdom. But then again, being on the defender's side does mean that they have the advantage of the defender's advantage, being able to set up before the attackers. But that's also depending on where they choose to fight. I think Mugoon Kingdom's going to be a little bit... It's going to really depend on the timing on those siege towers and whether or not Mugoon Kingdom has a plan to guarantee those siege towers up on the wall, or whether or not they go through the front gate or climb. I think climb is a good strategy. Gotta bait them out with a push to the wall, or you gotta sacrifice with the push up the ladders to get those siege towers up on the wall. I'd have to agree with you, Uwu, Marceline. Siege tower is very important. It's not. You really can't get anywhere with just one. You can't get one. You need to get two. You need... This is the thing. It's not just about getting the siege tower up on the wall. It's really about access or avenues of attack. The avenues of attack is extraordinarily limited because there's only the front gate and the ladders. The ladders are an automatic death sentence because it takes way too long to get a unit up on the wall. Meaning anyone on top of those ladders are just going to slaughter. That's why anyone up on those ladders are going to just slaughter anything that walks up those ladders. And it's an absolute pain in the ass to just do a ladder climb. It's a massive sacrifice to do it. But it's not... So, a lot of people rule out that option automatically. The siege towers allows you an avenue up onto the wall. The front gate, people don't go through the front gate because a point is on the wall. So going through the front gate is actually a moot point because you're going to run straight into the enemy because of how Hidden City is designed. Those stairs, you got majority of the enemies. The left or the right stairs, you're gonna have the majority of the enemies just sitting on those stairs. The moment you go through those front gate, you gotta go in for a hard victory. If you don't win at the front gate when they respond to you, or when you go for the push and they counter you, your push will die. Not only will it die, they have access to supply points. And on the right-hand side, the supply points are completely uncappable, so you can't even stop them. The left-hand side, you could challenge it. I've not seen a front gate push with a supply-focused grab yet. Could be a viable strategy. Haven't seen it in practice. Right now, we're watching the MGK versus the VNI battle. Otherwise, Mugoon Kingdom versus Vietnam Immortals. Again, similar setups from last time. So I don't expect very much differences in terms of what they're bringing, but does look like a massive difference in what class they're using. Lots of pikes coming out. We got 5 pikes coming out. We got 2 spears. Definitely makes me think that pike is a favorite for Mugoon Kingdom here. switching out from those muskets, probably because muskets are probably better on defenses. Again, range classes have when range classes have an advantage of defender's advantage, it is massive. It is crazy good. We got a longbow sitting up here on the wall. This is where I would be shooting the Hawatcha or the cannon. Definitely really need those. Really need to take out those naturals. Every shot from those natural is free resources, which is getting picked up. Interesting cannon placement. Again, we've seen this before. Behind this section, we've seen multiple here before. Gotta clear the wall here and make sure you don't hit the pillar. And also, one here. Just one. Very interesting. That normally you get two. You put two down on either side. Three at most. I've not seen any more than 3 culverins being placed in the back. Very good, since no one really challenges those. A wall climb here at the start. We've got some Iron Reapers just savagely cutting down these woodcutters in the corner. Being overwatched. You gotta have units patrol this wall, because when you don't patrol this wall, a wall climb is possible. So, do not be afraid of getting trebbed. As long as you keep moving, it would be very difficult for the enemy to treb you. We've got the right-hand side siege tower about to go down. Middle siege tower did go down. Left-hand side siege tower probably going to go down very shortly. Now, this is always the thing. This right-hand side has 5 ladders. 5 ladders, very close together. If you get 5 committed people climbing up this ladder with units, ooh, one of the pikes accidentally fell down. Nice pickup. 5 guys do a climb or throw up a good unit that's difficult to kill. Then you come through the front gate, smash whatever that the front gate, come up behind them, switching, making all, because this is the important thing when you're focusing. You got to focus on one side. Make the enemy all go to one side. If you send 5 guys here, it has to be 5, because all of the ladders have to be activated. If any one of these ladders is not activated, you're already losing precious pressure. And going through the front gate, come up through here, you could grab the supply point, smash through any of the stragglers, sit on A, you're going to have a massive swing back, and then you're going to have your back exposed to people here. But in the meantime, you got the front 2 siege tower getting pushed. If the right-hand siege tower does make it to the wall, you could just flood it, respawns could just flood in, because 5 people are dead and probably going to be respawning. Or you could set up for a supply line, block this stairs with a reserve force, and just hold this section of the wall. The longer you hold that section of the wall, the more dangerous it becomes for the defenders, as they could get trapped. But in the meantime, a little bit of mortaring has been happening. Not very successfully, might I add. I don't think those Battaliators have been taken off the field. Right-hand side Battaliators might have been. Don't really see where they went. Or maybe the person controlling them died. I'm gonna say maybe the person controlling them died. Does go for, there he is for a respawn. Gonna have to have them switch over. Battaliators did, yeah, so the guy controlling the Battaliators did die. So he's gonna have to get over to the right-hand side. Look at he split. Middle siege tower and left-hand siege tower did get up on the wall. I think that was just a hiccup from the from VNI, which is very strange because they did use all of their culverins, which makes me believe that Mugoon Kingdom destroyed all of their artillery. Not good, not good at all. This is already a terrible situation for Vietnam. Vietnam Immortals is going to be prepared to see some ballistas everywhere. Oh boy, we have some ballistas being deployed here on the left-hand side. This left-hand side could also, you see some mortars, some good old mortars here on this side, can shoot directly up and down towards these guys. Otherwise, these ballistas will definitely poke towards them. This is where I might retreat up against the wall here. This dark spot is a nice spot as well. Not very many other spots you could hide around the buildings. Otherwise, this right-hand side also looking very far away. Can't afford to stand here. You're going to lose some medals. Or you just counter them with some nice, fire from Matarators. Now, you have to challenge this or immediately fall. This is going to be a bit scary. They do pick up the supply point here. But their forces are not here on the wall. One guy almost just gets deleted. But Royal Janissaries, this is very unfortunate. Not committing for a defense here on the supply point. Backside battle is winning out very easily. But here at the front side, it does look like you're about to be surrounded. We got some cataphracts going to come up from the rear. We got ballistas and culverins. But with only just an Iron Reaper and one Medal. This is a bit of a waste of the cataphracts engaging in such a way. But getting pushed out heavily here. Good job. Mugoon Kingdom not really doing too hot here. But their backline forces doing work. Just got to deal with the Imperial Spear Guard. Although that was not very clean, the Imperial Spear Guard still marching on. We got some pressure from some more Dows. Whoa! Lots of cataphract dead bodies here. I think 2 cataphracts went through. Now, I'm not sure how many people died, but VNI does look like to be in the superiority of numbers, but where'd they go? Does look like a respawn happened. Gonna hold this supply point to the desperate end. Also, we have a battle here at the B point as well. Royal Janissaries clean up on the point. We got another battle here on the left-hand side. Mugoon Kingdom is desperate to take this. A massive pull is actually going to happen. No one here touching the supply point. Instantly deleted as he trying to go through the Royal Janissaries there. Alrighty, this might be a little bit silly from VNI now. Solid here on the point, but cataphracts might just challenge. Holy cow. Cataphracts just deletes the Tundra humans. A follow-up charge behind in the rear. Royal Janissaries just smacks it down. That is a very surprising performance. Royal Janissaries with swipe is winning out. Does look like the Iron Reapers slowly gets rinsed. Only one hero left on the B point. A massive retreat should be happening right now. BNI cannot afford to keep throwing in units like this. Not to mention, they're dying like flies. 16 deaths. You only got 19. How you got 16 deaths? Alright, that's very confusing. Let's not trust that. You only have 19 respawns. Well. I would call for a base hold much earlier than that. Throwing in some valuable units there. Well done to Mugoon Kingdom. Definitely keeping the defenders on their toes. The distraction at the back, really massive. Because with the distraction at the back, respawn from the back as well. Holding up here, nice treb. I didn't really see very much here on the front side, but it does look like a retreat back into the supply point. Outnumbered severely, couldn't pull because Mugoon Kingdom did arrive here on the left-hand side just in time. But in terms of resources, Mugoon Kingdom definitely looking pretty scary. Got 15 weapons left, artillery left. Don't need to be in a rush. These farmers could be just scouting. I definitely just have a scout here. Oh my goodness! That is actually very good usage of whoa! The counter push is starting to happen. right into Bastion Wild Flames. Bastion Wild Flame, massive smackaroonie in of balls. But interestingly enough, we got the Fenris. Oh my goodness. Let's watch these Fenris absolutely clean house. Iron Reapers also. I think the trade here at the back line was very good for VNI, but the trade here was very bad. So, still looking very scary for both sides. I don't think Mugoon Kingdom traded up there, but what are you doing? Mugoon Kingdom is getting pressured by the heroes. One guy dies, but a massive treb comes through. Imperial Pike Marchers tries to challenge an Iron Reaper, but unfortunately the Iron Reaper was already in their face. They're throwing in units, but they're getting just cut down. Not a smart move. Not a smart move. Now they're also taking a battle on the side here. Defenders are low on units and definitely low on revives, I think. I think a lot of deaths have coming out. Yeah, one guy is already permadeath. Getting knocked off of the point. Does look like Mugoon Kingdom will take the superiority here on the base point. I don't see anything that could turn the tide. We've got a couple of Fenris back in the back. We'll probably clean up these. We'll probably easily clean up these village watchmen, or maybe not as the hero comes in and saves the day. Still got some grape shots being deployed from Mugoon Kingdom. Mugoon Kingdom definitely going to pick up this base point in 2 secs. But I think Vietnam Immortal being overly aggressive there, definitely throwing in troops when they didn't need to. As you can see, the trade very even on both sides. The extended losses, not calling for a reform here was probably what killed it for Vietnam Immortal. They did have a good shot at still holding the point, but after that, after the loss at B, I did think that they were overly aggressive, throwing hands at the enemy when they didn't need to. Really need to wait for the enemy to make a mistake in a scenario where you need to gather up your strength. Alright, take a quick look at the scores for the finish, as we won't go down for a field battle, so it's going to be a short stream today. 1,000, we got 800, 800, 700, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, 6 people actually, in fact, heading up above 700. Long enough battle for a lot of the units to be deployed, and 6 people, that's over a third of your team. Well, that should be about a third of your team. Oh yeah, over a third of your team scoring high, scoring more than their warband's worth of units here. One person being very close, 8 points off. We got a 3-2-13. So as you can see, Mugoon Kingdom did not exactly come out unscathed, losing heroes, quite a few heroes in fact. But does not reflect too well on VNI. Lots less assists, but that probably has to do with the fact of the number of deaths overall. Interesting to see a lot of Fenris packs being killed out. 1, 2, 3 people from VNI scoring above 700, so not doing too badly. Does look like this guy's getting the short end of the stick. Does just take damage here. Doesn't look like he did very well either. I guess that's all. Both teams are closer in skills than what you would expect, but I think small mistakes from VNI was the real killer here. It's not that the teams were overtly different in terms of skill, nor, well, in this case it just really comes down to the fact that VNI overly aggressive in their defense. Dropping the ball on the wall there. I do think they could have held B, if they consolidated more. They were a bit spread out, got caught out. I think that was well done by Mugoon Kingdom, catching out those out of position units. Definitely forcing a fight away from the important supply point was crucial. Really need to act faster when your important points are being pressured. Mistakes from VNI was either led by a trap of, well, not led by a trap, but I think that comes down to the overly aggressive nature of how VNI plays today. So they could have consolidated and defended, but they chose not to. Mugoon Kingdom extended push towards B is also very interesting. I don't I understand it worked out. I don't understand why though. I do understand why though, but I just in my mind I'm also just like, why would you take this course of action? You had the right-hand side. The right-hand side supply point was open and free. You could go straight through the front. You could go straight through the front gate at the time. You could go straight through the front gate, control the front section, keep going with those grape shots, those ballistas, and pressure the enemy because no one likes getting shot by a ballista when you're coming down those streets. But that's enough talk for now. That is all the battles that is going to happen today. Not a very short stream, but Mugoon Kingdom winning straight up. So congratulations to them. It does make a tiebreaker. Does mean that VNI and EFF are tied up for points in this division. So you're going to have to do. So they have one more battle, I believe. Both of them should have one more battle for in the next coming days. But anyway, we don't have another battle until the 22nd, so I won't see you guys until the Wednesday. On the Wednesday from Group A, we have XDM versus Kami, followed by QJ versus SKC. In Group B, we have DYT versus WLBG, followed by MGY versus Xeon, but MGY did give up. In Group C, we have HKI versus GNG, followed by CBL versus Ace. Then in Group D, we have TK versus TG with SK versus TG and SK given up, followed by EFF versus GT. And that is all. That was a D division there. I'll be watching for what I've registered for is QJ versus SKC and DYT versus. Oh wait, no. DYT versus WLBG first, and then QJ versus SKC. Does seem like I'm watching a lot of the Sea King battles, but that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, but other than that, I'll catch you another day. Oh, well. My name's Battke. Have a nice day. Bye now.